As I look out at this audience, I see board of trustees of the various theaters, great patrons, great advocates for the art. I see my good friend Lou Manilow and many others that are here that really talk about the strength of Chicago. And to me, there's nothing more important than the arts as the mayor of the city of Chicago. And people ask me why. Why is it that arts mean so much to you? As I travel and to find what cities are doing differently and to find out what is happening in different parts of the world, it's always an artist. It's not a politician, not a government official, it's not a business person, it's an artist that is something unique to that city, that has those in the past and those in the future have done things so unique that I want to bring it back to Chicago and to share those things they have accomplished in their cities over generations. And to me, that's what artists bring to government. It's the risk factor, it's the dreaming factor, it's the idea of inclusion, of bringing people from all faiths and backgrounds, ethnic and religious and racial and political viewpoints, all sitting in an audience, all enjoying every moment in the theater or in the artistic world. To me, that's what life is all about. It isn't about politicians and government and business. That's important and every day, but I firmly believe that book you pick up and you read can make a difference in your life, or that theater, or that music, or that piece of art, or that little theater is opening up right now with 25 people in some part of our city, about 25 young people all coming together. To me, you talk about entrepreneurship, you talk about risk factors, and to me, that's what makes, I think, the artistic world so important to our city. In discussion of the Chicago Theater District, as you travel throughout the world many times, or you travel maybe reading a magazine or a book or an article, it always comes back to the artist. And I knew if Chicago's downtown were going to survive, and it did survive for many years, that you had to rebuild the theater district. And to me, that was very important for us. It's not just investment of money, but it's the investment into artists that would work here, the playwrights and all those staff and workers and the artists that would come here, and to realize how the artistic world and the cultural world is so important to the history of Chicago. And you can see it all over our city. And to me, that was the excitement of bringing them right downtown. At the same time, these theaters understood their audience, but they understood another audience, all the students from Chicago, from the most economically disadvantaged communities, coming downtown on buses, the excitement of coming into a theater, and all of a sudden they're all talking, and all of a sudden it starts, and the quietness is there. All of a sudden their appreciation of the artist in the theater. To me, that is satisfaction. You realize that every one of those children can learn. Every one of those children can achieve what they saw on the stage, and they're so quiet in such a way. To me, again, I thank the theater district for their outreach program. And of course, my wife, Maggie, who, to me, is a commitment to all of us in the arts. At the same time, the after-school program, to me, is so important, because what it does, it reaches to children that somebody said, well, they can't learn. They don't appreciate the art. And to me, you go over these programs and you see a group of students who lined up become opera singers, who would say children from Chicago would have the opportunity to look at opera in a different way, and the dance and the playwrights and all the artistic programs they have in there. Every one of these children can achieve. That's the thing we have to get back in America. And it's through the arts that they can achieve. Maybe they can't achieve 100% on a test, but they can get up there and recite and write and draw and make things that many of us can't even start doing, but they do it. Again, you have to believe in those children. You have to believe that the arts will bring out the best of children. You could get a kid on the west side of the city of Chicago on the south side. They've never talked to each other. And all of a sudden, they're there together in the arts program, not worrying about where they live or who they are or what neighbor they're from. They all come together. And to me, I think government and society can learn a lot from the artistic world. And to me, I try to pattern government in that way, what we can do for more and more children. The worst thing I think all the public schools do in the country, the first thing when they have a cutback, the first thing they say, they're going to cut out arts. To me, I think they should start 8 o'clock program in the morning with an artistic program for about 2 hours. Get those kids going. I mean, you talk about getting kids together so exciting at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you do an art program for about 2 hours, they are excited and they're ready, they're awake, and they're ready to go. And what you're teaching? You're teaching speaking, you're teaching reading, comprehension, understanding words at all times. It's amazing what the arts can bring. So it's really part of their curriculum. And to me, that should be the most stable element in our school system, is the arts program. And of course, I keep trying to educate the Board of Education and all those involved about how important the arts are. If you get a young person up there that you thought didn't get an A on a test, he's out there reciting something. It's amazing. Yes, he can learn. He can achieve in life. And this is an investment, but not an investment that you hope to get money back. It wasn't that. The idea is what you got back is people that came here for the first time, maybe patrons of the art, to theater district. The first time artists came here from around the world. The first time young people arrived downtown in a school bus to go to the theater. And then all of a sudden you're meeting a playwright, you're meeting an artist. And all of a sudden they're reaching out to the community. And some group of young people came together, I point out, and just opened this little theater because they know Chicago was the place to be and they want to be here. And someday they're going to be coming down into the theater district or enlarging their own theater. And to me, that's what this theater district is all about. It's a vision of many, many people, not Mayor Daley alone. You had all the Board of Trustees, you had all the patrons, you had all the friends of the theaters. Then you had people who believed in what they were doing. And to me, that is a winnable situation. And the business community and the foundations here in the city of Chicago have been tremendous for the arts, from one aspect to another, all over. They've been always in the forefront. That is the most exciting to me, what the arts bring to our city. And I found out from other mayors, to be very frank, they get it too, and all of a sudden they realize that that little glee club, that little theater, that little band shelter is so important to a city. All of a sudden people just come together. They don't know who they are. All of a sudden there's no entrance there. They're just sitting there. And all of a sudden they realize who their neighbor is, who the person lived next door to them. They're at the theater or they're at the band shelter. And I thank this award, Maggie and Nora. Nora's here, my daughter. Big Steppenwolf, chairman of Steppenwolf. I'm very proud of it. I think, again, to all those who believed and all those who have been working so hard on behalf of this theater district, and to all the naysayers, everything you do in life, there has to be a naysayer. There has to be. There has to be. And you understand that. But I hope the criticism and a negative attitude was something that was not just against the artistic world. It could have been against me directly as mayor, as a government leader, as a politician, someone like that. I understand that. But I hope the criticism was not against you, because that would be the worst thing that we ever see in a city like ours or in our country. That'd be the worst thing. You could maybe criticize me, yes you do, but the theater district, what they were bringing, I just thought it was wrong. And I would say that publicly time and time again. You don't owe me an apology. You don't owe me an apology. You owe every artist an apology for not believing in them and believing what Chicago can be. Thank you very much.